The presentation, Africa and the U.S., past and present, focuses on the diplomatic relationship between the United States and Africa from the perspective of former Ambassador Joseph Wilson. The Hoopcoming King was announced in the second half of the men's game, but contrary to the title, the Hoopcoming King has little to do with basketball. While this luncheon is an opportunity for international students to celebrate being at Troy University, International Education Week is an opportunity for Troy University students to gain some insight on different international cultures. Pretty good. According to the National Transportation Safety Board, the official cause of the crash could take up to a year to be determined. However, life flight services will continue to operate in Troy. Jordyn Elston, Troy, Trojan Vision News. And with efforts being made to make sure that people cast their ballots, I am here outside of one of the polling places to find out what really motivated people to come out and vote. While some people come for the fun rides and others to see the friendly animals, I am definitely here for the fair food. And I think I need to get a turkey leg to go with this lemonade. In Montgomery, Jordyn Elston, Troy, Trojan Vision News. Even though it doesn't really feel like it, fall is upon us, and that means it is once again time for the Alabama National Fair.
The fair is the fundraiser of the Kiwanis Club of Montgomery, and this is the 63rd annual fair. And to date, it's a charitable event, and to date, we've given back over $7 million to charities.
The fair offers many events and attractions to appeal to people of all ages. A few fairgoers shared why they decided to take part in this year's festivities.
I decided to come to the fair today because I wanted a funnel cake and a turkey leg. I just wanted to have fun with my friends and family.
Well, I came to the fair so that my son can have the fair experience and see the different livestock and hopefully ride some of the rides and eat the great food.
Why did you want to come to the fair? You wanted to have some fun? And while the fair offers a fun time for friends and family, it is also an enjoyable experience for the vendors working the event.
We're here every year. We've been here for almost 30 years, every year. Doesn't mean all the same employees are here every year, but the family is always going to be here. The best part of the fair is seeing the public come out and everyone get along and have a good time and enjoy the festivities and enjoy the food.
While some people come for the fun rides and others to see the friendly animals, I am definitely here for the fair food. And I think I need to get a turkey leg to go with this lemonade. In Montgomery, Jordyn Elston, Troy, Trojan Vision News. Troy University's Montgomery campus partnered with the Alabama World Affairs Council, bringing all council events to the campus.
We're really excited about this partnership that Troy University now has with the Alabama World Affairs Council. It's a natural fit. The World Affairs Council is engaged with promoting awareness of international relations and worldwide international and security issues. Troy is Alabama's international university. The presentation, Africa and the U.S., past and present, focuses on the diplomatic relationship between the United States and Africa from the perspective of former Ambassador Joseph Wilson.
I'm going to be talking principally about both Africa, but also about diplomacy in general and statecraft. While a lot of my career was in Africa, most of my career was I was involved in the diplomacy of conflict.
Wilson says that one thing he wants listeners to take away from his presentation is how directly the relationship between the United States and Africa affects U.S. citizens.
I think people need to understand that sort of African growth will benefit everybody. It will open up commercial lines that are not currently open. There needs to be a greater effort to harmonize the various commercial and customs and duties organizations.
The next Alabama World Council event will be an international security seminar on September 29th. In Montgomery, Jordyn Elston, Troy, Trojan Vision News. Construction has been underway for the addition of terracotta warriors on campus for several weeks, and on Tuesday the vision of the Cultural Arts Park became clearer due to the visionary being on campus.
What you're seeing right now is the execution of the design for the installation of the Cultural Park, which is a reflection of two primary historical architectures, East and West, Grecian, Roman, and Chinese.
Spirit is an infinite sphere whose center is everywhere and circumference nowhere. That is the ancient Roman philosophical quote that Marquette says inspired his design concept.
It's just that. It's integrating these two cultural extremes in a harmonious way.
Not only did Marquette design the landscape for the terracotta warriors, but he also designed an indoor portion that is made to mirror walking through an archaeological dig in Xiyang, China.
As you come through here, you're going to circumnavigate this area, and these are the way the walls are all cut. As they excavate, they lean them back so they don't collapse as much. You'll come along a series of videos. This piece of polystyrene is representing a video screen where you'll be told various stories and experiences that are all related to the Chinese terracotta warriors, their origins, and the spirit that we're trying to tie into with Troy University. When you come back here, we're going to have a window that will be very dark. You can't see inside, but you'll be able to push a button, and when you do, there'll be like a sunrise happen, and we're actually going to recreate the dig site in a miniature scale, a maquette of about probably 300 or 400 warriors, and the sun will set and the stars will come out. So it'll be like you have your own personal experience of actually going to Xi'an itself.
The project is expected to be completed in early November. Alabama residents hit the polls Tuesday to place their ballots in the Alabama presidential primary election.
I voted every election since I was old enough to vote, and I think this time it's very important for everyone to vote. There's a lot on stake.
Oh, I always vote. It's no less I was in a bed, a hospital, but it's just it's my duty as a citizen.
This is the first year that Alabama has been a part of what is known as the SEC presidential primary, and many people believe that this earlier voting date will help Alabamians' voices to be heard.
I'm glad it's early because the earlier I think we can get everything decided early, and then we can find out what the candidates are really, what they really stand for.
I feel like it'll make a difference because the earlier that we vote, we'll have a better chance to elect our candidate for the year. By us voting earlier, it'll give us a chance to get our vote in as well.
Troy University Assistant Professor of Political Science Michael Slobodchikov says that the earlier voting time makes Alabama a competitive state.
Well, it's important because it gives Alabama more of a voice in the early stages, and it makes Alabama competitive. The later you have the primary elections, the less competitive the state is, and so the less attention candidates pay it. And so we already saw, for example, Ben Carson was here yesterday. We've had Ted Cruz come through, Donald Trump come through. We've had others. Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton have both been in Alabama campaigning. So it's an important chance for candidates to speak to people, to hear what they have to say, to listen to their concerns, and to actually make voices really heard in Alabama.
If you have not yet cast your ballot, the polls will be open until 7 p.m. Jordyn Elston, Troy, Trojan Vision News. Tuesday presents an opportunity for Americans to make history as they vote for the next president of the United States. And one political philosophy class on Troy's campus is going the extra mile to make sure that people cast their votes.
We are having a Get Out the Vote drive, and it is non-biased. We are going up to everybody who's coming by who doesn't already have a I voted sticker and just giving them a reminder to go out and vote.
And with efforts being made to make sure that people cast their ballots, I am here outside of one of the polling places to find out what really motivated people to come out and vote. Why did you decide to vote?
I think this is probably the most important election in the last 15, 20 years, so I thought it was a good day to come out and vote.
African American people died for my right to vote.
I just decided to come vote because this is a basic right that all of us as American citizens have, and it's really our civic duty to just come out and have our voice heard.
I feel like, everybody's been talking about, we want change, we want this and we want that, and it's just a part of actually inciting change.
And while some voters are making sure that their voices are heard, about 30 Troy University students that thought they would be voting today received a different message from Troy Student Government Association. A text was sent out stating that some forms were not sent out due to, quote, technological difficulties.
During one of the shifts, we did not go and pick up the forms, and so it got stuffed at the bottom of the box of all the leftover forms. It's completely on us. It's on me. I take full responsibility that I should have caught that, and I could not be more apologetic to the student body.
One student shares his reaction to his voter registration form not being turned in.
I was more, I guess, confused that something might have happened than I was upset or angry or anything like that.
The forms have since then been turned in so that those students can vote in future elections. 3 heroes were honored Thursday at the memorial service held for the victims of the Haynes Life flight crash that happened Saturday.
Well, we're here to honor the lives of the heroes that were lost in the helicopter accident we had on March 26th, and we had a memorial service today to honor those, and the community came out to support us.
Chad Hammond, Jason Snipes, and Stacy Cernadas were killed along with patient Zach Strickland in the accident, and Troy Mayor Jason Reeves says that Troy is willing to do anything possible to help.
Just a tragic loss, and any way that we could do something to honor them, their sacrifice, their service. Not long ago, at least one of the crew was on board and saved a university student. They provide a lot of service for keep folks safe around here, and just a tragic accident, and just to have the honor of just being here for the service and showing them how much the community and the state and the nation appreciates what our first responders do, and especially those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice.
Speaker Corey Pittman says that being able to speak at the memorial service about the impact that the victims have made is the greatest honor of his life.
It's the biggest honor ever, and 24 years of service, this is the biggest honor that I've ever had, just to make it about them and not about us, but truly reflecting what they have done for our industry, what they will do for our industry through their legacy, and being able to just pay tribute to who they are as a person.
According to the National Transportation Safety Board, the official cause of the crash could take up to a year to be determined. However, life flight services will continue to operate in Troy. Jordyn Elston, Troy, Trojan Vision News.